Hello, my name is John, and this is a segment from Don't Bury the Lead. Dom and I break down Vince McMahon returning to the WWE. You know, we didn't want to do it, but god damn it, we love you people. And because we love you people, we're giving you what you want. That is a great point. We could talk about the elephant in the room. Let's just do it. There has been some big news within the WWE with Vince McMahon's return. Vince McMahon back in the company. The Wall Street Journal broke something last night, and I saw it, and I almost messaged you, Dom. Was like, I think we should just go live right now and start talking about it. But it was like midnight. I'm like, I got work. I'm not doing that. So I almost was like, let's just go live and start chatting about it. But huge news, obviously. Vince is back in the picture. It looks like he, sent a letter from him to the WWE. Like, we went through the investigation. I stepped down as a result. I'm the biggest shareholder. Like, I'm coming back into the picture. I'm the guy that could facilitate the sale when it has to happen. So I should be there for it.
Company stock is up to about 20% spike on the news today. You're right. Vince can do this because he's still the majority shareholder in the corporate entity.
That's a ridiculous jump, too. I mean, that's a really big jump in a stock price, 20% in a day.
It is. Apparently, it's been up steadily through the year. It's up 75% in 12 months. Their market cap is back up to about the 6 billion mark.
Mm-hmm.
So, you think, well, what kind of check is there on Vince's power? Well, it's the stock price. It's the attitude of everybody else who's trading WWE stock. And so, if Vince comes in and says, "Look, I'm back on the board. I think this company is ripe to be sold, and that I'm the best person to facilitate that from a business standpoint," and other shareholders, for the most part, agree.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's a good move. The word is that the executives like Triple H, Stephanie McMahon will be I think it's co-CEO along with someone else. Triple H will still be head of creative. Who was that person? Did you know the name?
Nick Khan.
Nick Khan, okay.
And Stephanie McMahon share the CEO seat.
Which is weird.
Yes, very.
But it's there, and Triple H is still creative. So if Vince is not going to reinsert himself into creative, and if he hasn't hush hush wink wink told them, we're trying to sell the company, so I need this kind of product on TV for the next 3, 6, 9 months, whatever. If he hasn't made that play behind the scenes, then creative should be fine. The TV product should be fine. Pay-per-views should be fine. And of course, the two biggest pay-per-views are going to be here within 3 months. We're 3 weeks and a day away from Royal Rumble, and then I think it's 9 or 10 weeks after that is WrestleMania. So their biggest pay-per-views are here. This is where they make a lot of money. TV, road to WrestleMania, road to Royal Rumble. If that's not impacted by this sale creatively, then that's good news. Now, whatever happens if WWE is sold, cross that bridge when we get there. But I'm going to do my best to enjoy the product here that WWE is putting out. I'm not a shareholder. That's one. I'm not trying to be a shareholder. I don't work in the industry or in sports media anymore. I used to. So I have no interest in it beyond this 2 hours that we watch on Fridays, and then the hour or so that we talk about it afterwards.
It'll be a big deal when WWE gets sold, but almost if I'm thinking as an employee of the WWE, what's worse, if the company gets sold and there's new management, or if you've been dealing with Vince for years, you're used to people that act erratically and fire people and they're crazy. Like, it won't be much different, right? Like, your head's always kind of on the chopping block in pro wrestling and
Mhm.
in the WWE. So it wouldn't be like a huge impact for them if I'm like an employee of WWE. And I'm not just speaking about the wrestlers, but there's a lot of folks that work in all different departments for that company. I would say from that perspective, if you work for the company, it's probably always insane. But really interesting that he retired, stepped away, and then once kind of it quieted down, I guess, he
Mhm.
just was like, a couple months, wait for the news cycle to be over. I'll come back in and to usher the sale of WWE.
So it's something a little new though. Like he stepped away from everything, and per the announcement, he's only coming back on the business side. He's not coming back to creative.
Mm,
So it's something a little new. You don't know. And like you're saying, the devil that you know or the devil that you don't know. Do you want to keep working for a Vince run company or a Vince owned company at least, or do you want to work for a company owned by someone else? And I don't want to downplay that either. My last two jobs for big companies, during my time there were CEO changes and ownership changes. One was an ownership change, which was a CEO change as well. Um, and in the turmoil after that, my position was eliminated. So I know that.
mm.
Um, got another job somewhere else. CEO left very early in my tenure, and then another management change happened. And, you know, again, my role changed and I was ushered out last summer. So I understand how the business world works, that things that happen behind the scenes, they affect the people who work there, and creative works there, writers work there, the wrestlers work there, everybody works there. So I also wonder what their performances are going to be like. So were any of the performers overly cautious tonight?
Well, I noticed that Michael Cole, um, sorry, there was a match between Delgado and
Kofi Kingston versus Santos Escobar.
it should be Santos Escobar. So
Mhm.
Santos Escobar, he said, was a two-time, or he's a second-generation superstar. I'm
Mhm.
like, he's saying second-generation superstar. That's weird. He started saying wrestler again. Like they went back to wrestler, and now he's switching back to calling them superstars.
Oh,
Yes.
huh? I see. I didn't catch that.
Yeah. So
I try not
usually,
to pay attention to the announcers too much because they're part of the shtick, and they sometimes get in the way of me just watching and kind of forming my own opinion.
so that's one thing I kind of noticed. Outside of that, you wouldn't have known he was there or not. Honestly,
Okay.
uh,
For now, I'm enjoying the show. I mean, the news is there; you can't ignore it, especially since the rumors fly. But I mean,
I don't think it's going to be. Um, you know, it won't be